God is present. Let us understand how can we better follow Jesus in our lives as we seek to change ourselves, because one thing we can learn from what we read in the Gospel and the Apocalypse of Jesus, that is the book of Revelation, is that it is not easy. We will face challenges, that's for sure. We will have a lot of things that will make us question ourselves, that will try to put us down, to diminish our initiative, to take out from our minds our true objective, and take out from our hearts the first charity, that is the first love, that initial feeling that motivates us to move forward and to dedicate our lives to Christ. And all that was prophesied by our Divine Master in his Gospel and in the book of Revelation as well. But here we will be reading a passage in his Gospel according to Luke chapter 9. So I invite you to open your Holy Bible in the Gospel of Jesus chapter 9 verses 57 to 62. It is the passage, "The followers of Jesus," writes the evangelist Luke. As they were walking along the road, a man said to the Divine Master, "I will follow you wherever you go." Jesus replied, "Foxes have dens and birds have nests, but the Son of God has no place to lay his head." He said to another man, "Follow me." But the man replied to Jesus, "Lord, first let me go and bury my father." Jesus said to him, the Divine Resurrected, "Let the dead bury their own dead, but you go and proclaim the kingdom of God." Still, another man said, "I will follow you, Lord, but first let me go back and say goodbye to my family." The begotten Son of God, Jesus Christ, replied to him, "No one who puts a hand to the plow and looks back is fit for service in the kingdom of God." We see here at least three examples of people that wants to follow Jesus. And this talks to us about what we want to discuss today, and that is acceptance. When we truly accept our spiritual mission here in this world. First, we have a man that says quite directly to Jesus, "I will follow you." But Christ, knowing what is in his heart, as he knows what is in our hearts, warns him, "Look, you say that, but the foxes and birds, they are better provided with what nature can give to them, what God can give to them, than I, the Son of God, which have no place to lay our head." That is to say that we will face difficulties, and sometimes even having all the care and help of God, because he doesn't let go of our needs. He knows what we need, what is necessary for our lives. We will still face difficulties, we will still face challenges. So be ready for that. And to the second one, he tells him that he should let the dead bury their own dead. And here is not a way to diminish the importance of the ceremony when we say goodbye to our beloved friends, family, when they are going to be buried because they went from this life to another dimension, that is to the spiritual world. It's not what it means here, but the core of this teaching is what our brother Pavel once taught us, that here Christ is saying to him that we have to let go from the ones that are going to the spiritual world, because they will have the moment of their judgment, their spiritual judgment, to see what they will receive according to their deeds. So here is for us to understand that when we go through death and go to the spiritual world, we will face the reward of our deeds. No one will be with us at that moment. No one will be the ones that will defend us in that moment. But only our works, only what we do here in this world, and has a spiritual consequence in our lives as well. So here Christ is telling him, look, the one that is already in the spiritual world, his life is being resolved already by himself, by what he did. Now you have to look on what you have to do right now on your life here at this moment, and dedicate yourself to preaching, to proclaiming the kingdom of God, that is to have good deeds, to be the one that is building here in this life the kingdom of God, not only in a material sense but also in a spiritual one, so that when it's your time to go back to the spiritual world, you have your deeds defending your own spirit, showing who truly you are. And the third one here is when most of the times when we decide to change, when we have that first initiative to follow Jesus, to act according to his principles, to his teachings, and when things get hard, we question ourselves and start to look back. Oh, it was way better how it was in the past, and not right now. Now it's too difficult. I'm not being able to handle it. I cannot see a future for myself. I cannot move forward. And we be stuck to that feeling. We be stuck to what is in the past, thinking that what is in the past is way better from what we are now having in our lives, even if it means to fight, to dedicate our lives to a challenge, to face that challenge. But again, if we have that feeling in us, we are not fit to move forward. So here we see three principles that Christ is giving to us to think really about before deciding to follow him, and before we get to a point in our lives where we start questioning our own choice and try our best to give up from the changes, from what we acquired and conquered in the name of Christ, in the name of the Son of God. And those three things are perseverance, work, and trust. So if we want to follow Christ, we have to be willing to persevere in his teachings. We have to be willing to work for his name, and we have to be willing to trust in what he's giving to us, even though we don't know the future, but Christ does. God knows, and they are the ones that are guiding us. So when we accept those three principles, when we truly work in ourselves to persevere, to be active in the name of Christ, and to trust in His vision, even though we don't know what is waiting for us in the future, we will be following Christ in a natural way. And the challenges that we will face will serve to us as steps to move forward and to reach God and Christ in the divine realm that they are, and feel their peace, their love in our lives, knowing that no matter the challenges that we face, no matter the difficulties that may show to our lives, we are with God and Christ, and we know that they are protecting us, they are guiding us, and they are giving us the strength to move forward. It is as our brother Paiva teaches us, whoever trusts Jesus does not waste time, because He's the only friend who never abandons a friend in the middle of the way. So let us not be the ones that abandon Christ in the middle of the way, as we already decided to move forward to follow Christ in this life. Let us accept in our hearts that we can overcome anything when we are with Christ. And He knows that. He knows that we can. Jesus lives in our hearts forever.